Well, there's a big CEO that's feeling a backlash after expressing his hopes for AI, and a man is dealing with medical problems after staring at his phone too much. John is standing by with another edition of Choose the News. That's not it?
Yeah, I know it is.
Okay.
I just, different way to get into it.
Yeah, okay.
Don't want to spoil some of my stories. The game goes like this, guys. I give you hints, and based on the hints, you choose which one you want, okay? Let you decide what news stories we're going to have. No longer
We have the power.
live under the thumb of some producer. All right, your choices are for this first round. He's a deep sleeper, or it'll stay like that.
It'll stay like that.
Want to go with it'll stay like that?
Yeah.
Remember when you're a kid, you make a face and
your face is going to stay like that.
it's going to stay like that. Well, no, it might. A Japanese man is recovering after having surgery to fix a rare medical condition. According to the Journal of Orthopedic Science, the 25-year-old man was diagnosed with dropping head syndrome.
What?
Look at that bump on the back of his neck. That's a vertebra.
Oh my gosh.
It's a condition where the neck becomes so weak it can no longer support the head.
Ugh.
They said it was caused by his excessive smartphone use.
Oh.
According to the Journal, the man spent hours in his room playing games on his phone. He reported neck pain and difficulty swallowing before finally getting medical help. Doctors tried to give him a collar to wear, but ended up having to operate. You see all the screws they put in. They also took out that damaged vertebrae that you saw there. Doctors say the case should be a warning against excessive smartphone use, especially in young people.
Every school district should be showing this story.
By the way, when I fall asleep on a plane, that's how I feel like I am.
Like it's just snapped. Golly.
That thing pointing out of the back.
Woo.
All right.
Well, that was lovely.
Yeah. Next round, you have just this once or teacher appreciation.
Love teachers. Teacher appreciation.
All right, well, this may not be what you think. The CEO of the language learning app Duolingo recently made news replacing all contract workers with AI, but he sees the AI revolution going even farther. During a recent appearance on the No Priors podcast, Luis von Ahn said computers are better teachers than teachers.
Ooh.
And he said AI is more scalable than human teachers. He added, quote, I don't think schools are going to go away because you still need childcare.
Wow. That's why we need schools.
I'm picturing
sir?
teachers all around watching this. Von Ahn does not have any kids, as far as I can tell, based on internet search.
Interesting.
Because I would imagine what Teacher Appreciation Week would be like for him. Hey, I got you a Starbucks gift card. My computer's better than you. To be fair, though, he did teach a little bit. He has some experience. He was a computer science professor at Carnegie Mellon before founding Duolingo. Von Ahn says he thinks schools are going to change drastically in the coming decades with kids going to class, but then just learning from their computer. Again,
Has he spoken to anyone who has survived the pandemic in online classes?
You get a bunch of kids together and you just put them in a room with computer. They're not going to just do the work.
No.
I guess that's
already know how not well.
I guess that's where the child care comes in that he was talking about. Anyway, final round for now, because we come back and do the leftovers. Your choices are the next step or it's hot out there.
I just wish there was there, but I'm going to go with that. It's hot out there. It's hot out there.
Okay. Scientists say new evidence suggests Uranus emits more heat than previously thought. This is big news because back in 1986, don't look at me like that. In 1986, the Voyager 2 spacecraft detected no significant excess heat as it flew by Uranus. But two new studies say Uranus does, in fact, radiate more energy than it gets from the sun. Patrick Irwin from the University of Oxford told ScienceNews.org, quote, Uranus isn't as odd as we thought, which was a relief to many. He was referring to the amount of energy radiated by other planets. Li Ming Li from the University of Houston said, quote, Uranus does indeed have internal heat. ScienceNow.org reports, and this is a direct quote, Lee's team estimates Uranus emits 12.5% more energy than it receives from the sun.
Huh.
Irwin's team pegs the excess at 15%, consistent with the other team's results. Both scientists say, though, that Uranus is still an outlier. For one thing, it rotates on its side, meaning its equator runs north and south, splitting the planet right down the middle. So there's a left half and a right half to it.
Yes, that's what it would suggest. I hate you.
Okay, so that was Choose the News.
Okay.
Now, there are 3 stories you did not choose.
Yes.
We call them the leftovers. We'll have those in the next half hour.
Well, fabulous. I can't wait for that. We're still hungry, so it's time for some leftovers of Choose the News. Dabs, you in the kitchen?
That's right. We have news at home. We're not
You
going to
got
stop
news at
by
home.
McNoozles. All right, so these are the stories you did not choose.
Okay.
This is a crispy one, so it comes out of the toaster
I
oven.
like a toasted
Yeah.
story.
There's grease on it already. Remember when I gave you he's a deep sleeper?
Yes.
Was the option. He's a deep sleeper. Yep. A Norwegian man woke up to a big surprise in his front yard. A gigantic cargo ship. Take a look at this.
Oh my, oh my.
Johan Hellberg said he was sleeping when the 440-foot ship ran aground only a few yards from his bedroom. Neighbor Jostein Jorgensen knocked on his door and was like, Horben Florben! Flugeldorb!
He's not a Muppet.
Cargo ship. He said he saw the ship barreling toward Hellberg's home and ran over to try to alert him, banging on the door. Jorgen Florben! Hellberg, though, slept through it all. There were 16 people on board the ship, by the way, which I feel like a ship that big requires more than 16 people.
Yeah, yeah.
Granted, I have almost no maritime experience.
Almost no?
Yeah. Amazingly, nobody was hurt.
Well, that's good.
Norwegian police are now investigating what caused the ship to run aground, but they suspect it might be the Horbendorp.
And then they went and got some meatballs.
Yeah.
Dougie.
They're Norwegian, not Swedish. I'm sure the Norwegians eat meatballs, right?
I'm sure they do.
Chirp. Dorb, florb. I didn't need to include their names.
That last part, that was Bugs Bunny a little bit.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like Roadrunner. Beep, beep.
Oh, that's right. Rose, yes.
Beep, beep.
Yes.
Okay, remember I gave you just this once? Just this once, okay?
Yeah. Just this one.
Tell that to my daughter all the time, when in fact it's not just this
It's
once.
never.
A Canadian judge has dismissed a lawsuit filed by a woman who was bitten by a dog. The woman said that she was bitten by her neighbor's mini Aussie Shepherd
Oh my goodness.
when she got off the elevator at her building in Vancouver. By the way, this is file video of dogs.
Yeah.
I do not want to incriminate any
These
of
dogs.
these good boys and girls.
Yeah.
The dog's owner apologized, saying the dog, named Juliet, was usually well behaved.
Okay.
The woman was treated for a, quote, superficial abrasion and got a tetanus shot. I feel like superficial is very judgy. She sued, though, for nearly $5,000. I don't know if that's Canadian or American, doesn't matter. But the judge wasn't buying it, writing in his ruling, quote, every dog is entitled to one bite.
I mean, I see what he's saying.
Now, listen.
Like,
Now, here is the legal reasoning behind this.
Okay.
It says the judge said Juliet's owner could only be liable if she knew Juliet could be aggressive. But since this was Juliet's first offense, no problemo.
I get what he's saying. Some dogs freak out at certain people. Some people bring out the
So,
in dogs.
okay, for my petty Canadians,
Okay.
you have somebody in your life,
Yeah.
a hater, a rival, okay? Train your dog.
To do it just this once.
And then I didn't know. I had no idea.
I don't think you can train the dog to do that and still be legal. I think therein lies the problem.
You move in silence. Okay. This one's a chilled dish.
Oh.
It's the dessert.
Okay.
The next step.
Oh, yes.
The next, a lot of graduates in our area are about to take the next step. We're
Absolutely.
constantly taking new steps in life. Guys, we can be hard on politicians here. I mean, it's part of our job, right? right,
Sure.
to hold them to account. But the truth is, being a lawmaker is tough, and often it's a thankless job. We don't really realize the stress that they're under. So you can imagine the sense of freedom they have when they finally leave public office and they can now accept the direct deposits instead of having to call them campaign donations.
Stop it.
Kidding. I don't want to imply that anybody in this story did that, but nonetheless, it should come as no surprise that a member of the Australian Parliament wanted to blow off some steam when he was giving his farewell speech. Take a look at how he said goodbye.
Oh, okay.
To the members and the constituents across WA, thank you for 2 fantastic terms. Cheers.
Order, members. Order. The Honourable Kyle McGinn will take his seat.
Now. Apparently she's the mom of the Parliament. That is Kyle McGinn, who represents Western Australia. He ended his valedictory speech by doing a shoey.
A shoey.
A shoey, if you don't know, is when you chug beer out of a dirty old shoe.
Just
Heretofore, shoeys have largely been limited to frat houses and sports celebrations, but this is the first known instance of a shoey being performed in the halls of government. Julius Caesar once tried it, but sandals don't hold a lot of wine.
Caesar on the
George
floor.
Washington tried it out of one of those buckle foot things.
Oh, Bucklefoot
We
shoey.
didn't have the technology back then. It was
No.
leaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, now we can make a shoe that's a good vessel for beer.
Would you ever do a shoey?
No.
Okay.
And you know me, I'm not like a
I know you're not.
super germophobic person.
But you do have a line. Like that's
It just seems like it would. And like for what?
right. Okay.
The people who think you're cool for doing that are not the people you want thinking you're cool.
Not gonna be able to do it. Not
But that's how Member of Parliament Kyle McGinn said his goodbye.
that's how you said peace out. All right.